Wait, what just happened? Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most ridiculous things that happened on Riverdale.
Holy crap, I'm a genius. My dad keeps cash in a safe at the dealership. Enough to make up the difference, probably.
I'm not gonna let you steal from your own family.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the most surprisingly, unintentionally, and absolutely WTF moments from this popular CW show based on Archie Comics characters. A few spoilers are ahead.
You may know my father goes by the name Papa Poutine.
Number 10. Archie's affair with Ms. Grundy.
There is no one else in Riverdale I can take lessons from. Believe me, I've looked.
Well, I don't think that's a good idea.
Right from the start, the creators of Riverdale were making it clear that this wasn't the wholesome town you remembered from the comics. While this storyline got dropped fairly early on, at the beginning of the Who Killed Jason Blossom arc, we see that Archie spent the summer engaging in a little extracurricular activity. The scandalous pairing was a far cry from the original happy-go-lucky characters, and for viewers a huge "what" moment. Additionally, seeing as they don't follow the storyline very far, as well as the character of Ms. Grundy herself, before retiring them, it seemed sort of pointless and silly. Number 9. The way they talk.
What you thinking about, babe? Archie Andrews?
This is pretty par for the course when it comes to teenage shows, but it doesn't take away from the fact that teenagers just don't talk like this. Everyone seems to have a witty line waiting, and everything is always so serious. Not only do they never seem to attend class, but they also seem unable to relax.
Let's keep this simple so that your preppy murderer half-brain can grasp it. Take this the hell down.
Granted, with cults, murderers, and ancient maple syrup blood feuds to deal with, Riverdale isn't exactly a normal town, as Jughead will remind audiences about around once an episode. But don't you think they'd just take a day off to chill, laugh over memes, share vines, compare crushes, and tell dirty jokes? You know, teenage stuff?
Riverdale, every day that passes, is becoming more like Salem during the witch trials.
Number 8. The Red Circle. Later, the Dark Circle.
He calls himself the Black Hood, and he wants us to publish this letter. He wants everyone to know that he shot Fred Andrews, and Moose, and Midge, and murdered Geraldine Grundy.
Season 2 is all about the Black Hood, a masked assailant terrorizing the town. Because Riverdale PD apparently couldn't investigate its way out of a paper bag, the teenagers of the town decide to take matters into their own hands. Archie establishes a vigilante group, a topless vigilante group. Seemingly, the Red Circle blew their entire costume budget on those red ski masks. This would have been odd enough just based on the description alone, but it's the threatening video that makes this truly incredible. Trying to keep a straight face while apparently reciting B-roll of rejected Liam Neeson lines from Taken, poor Archie displays why costumed vigilante justice is best left to the comics. It's ludicrous.
We will find you. We will hunt you. And we will end you.
Number 7. Reggie robs his own father.
Oh my god, Reggie, were you shot?
In a bid to pay off some shady clients, Veronica and Reggie hatch a plan to get some cash fast by stealing it from Reggie's dad. Going full criminal, things hit the fan when Reggie is shot. Luckily, it's just a graze and he's really strong, so they eschew the hospital for a cozy spot in Ronnie's speakeasy. More on that later. Seriously, kid gets shot and literally decides to walk it off. Season 3 really gives 0 Fs, and goes to great lengths to demonstrate that. Number 6. Camgirl/Dark Betty. After breaking up with Jughead, Betty takes advice from her supposed long-lost half-brother and starts secretly camgirling from her bedroom. We got a glimpse of this sexually aggressive Dark Betty earlier, when back in Season 1 she decided to teach Chuck a lesson by adopting the black wig, pinning him in a hot tub, and turning up the heat. Riverdale, the show, and the Archie comics are wildly different, but its use of the well-known characters still affects the way the audience takes it all in. Dark Betty seems very out of nowhere, and such a far cry from the fresh-faced girl next door of the comics. You can't help but shake your head and ask why, before quickly loading up the next episode.
Or so help me, I will boil you alive.
What?
Number 5. Paul Papa Poutine, Boucher, and Small Fry. On a characteristically dark night in Riverdale, a group of gangsters roll into town for a high-stakes poker game at Pop Tate's. The local milkshake bar. One of the gangsters is notorious Quebec mobster Paul Papa Poutine Boucher. While Canadian viewers collectively laugh themselves to the floor, Papa orders, what else? Poutine.
What the hell is this? Those aren't cheese curds.
The brown sauce really hits the fan when it arrives with shaved cheese, not cheese curds on top.
I ordered poutine. This is vomit.
Granted, this is basically a hangable offense, but come on, eh? Papa Poutine, even sillier, his son is Small Fry. We can't wait to meet his daughter Gravy and his nephew Cheese Curd.
He told me if he was ever to be murdered, not to take the life of the man who killed him, but to take the lives of those that man loved the most.
Number 4, Veronica's Nightclub. The characters of Riverdale get away with a lot. The kids basically run the town. So maybe it shouldn't be so surprising when Veronica opens a speakeasy called La Bonne Nuit. Located under Pop Tate's restaurant, not only is the establishment run by a teenager, but it's also a dry speakeasy. So the exact opposite of how a speakeasy operates. When did she have time to build and decorate the restaurant's basement so lavishly, let alone hire bouncers, bartenders, and dancers? Does no one go to school in this town anymore? With non-canonical townsfolk and police this oblivious, it's incredible Jughead or anyone ever considered this town normal. Number 3, G&G Cult and the Gargoyle King.
Welcome to your first game.
Season 3 goes all out when it comes to insane plot lines. Not only is Riverdale rife with murder, gangs, and masked aggressors, but it also harbors dark, vaguely occult secrets. People begin dying around the same time that word of a local cult surfaces, and it turns out they're linked to a Dungeons & Dragons-esque game. Turns out years earlier, the parents of the town also played Griffins and Gargoyles, with a so-called Gargoyle King and experienced similar cultist murders. Everyone who plays the game gets really into it. This would almost be a neat idea, but in a show where the drama is supposed to be more or less grounded in reality, it's so big and fantastical for a 3rd season arc that it makes your head spin.
Follow me, your Griffin Queen. Away from this fortress and back to the kingdom of Eldervale.
But what about the king?
The king is dead.
Number 2, Prison Break. Archie gets arrested and sent to perhaps the worst correctional youth facility ever. Not only do the guards force certain inmates to engage in underground boxing matches, but it uses medieval punitive measures like branding. Call your lawyer, Archie. But no, instead he and his friends decide that the best plan is to bust out. Nothing like living on the lam for the remainder of your life, but who doesn't love a little melodrama? Honestly, it probably makes up for half the reason people love this show. But it does make you wonder how this town operates at all. Maybe it's for the best that the adults and law enforcement are useless in Riverdale. At least the kids are creative problem solvers.
Betty, why take you so long?
I could ask you the same thing.
Betty's clothes for me.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few dishonorable mentions.
My name is Monica Posh. I'm with Riverdale's chapter of the Innocence Project, and I'll be working to help get you out of this place. Unfortunately, I only have the one.
The other thing, Veronica.
Oh, this. A mimosa. There's a bottle of champagne in the fridge just begging to be popped.
Who the hell is that? It's my girl.
Just trust me.
You think you two can take all of us?
Try it. They brought backup. Does that mean you want me to go to the sheriff, start making a stink?
Number 1, Betty's striptease/serpent dance. To prove her love and loyalty to Jughead, Betty, an underage girl, decides that she's going to go through with the initiation for the Serpent Gang, a striptease in a biker bar. Weirder and creepier, it's in front of her mom. As jaw-droppingly WTF as this moment is, her song of choice is Gary Jules' version of Mad World. Designed to tug at the heartstrings, we think, this moment is just so bizarre that it does a 180 from sad or shocking to just ludicrous. But hey, it's Riverdale, and if you're surprised by anything this far in, then you might be watching it wrong. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.